Hello students. In this session, I will cover one of the journal program for BSc Computer Science students. The problem statement is demonstrate the use of option buttons, input boxes and message boxes. The 11th one. Okay. We have to demonstrate the usage of option buttons and input boxes and also message boxes in a single application. So already we have designed several applications using message boxes, input boxes or option buttons, but we have designed the individual applications, but within a single application we have to demonstrate here the usage of all the three controls. So start the application. Visual Basic 6.0, select standard exe project. Here I will design the application which includes basically two forms, form 1 and form 2. In first form, the user is going to enter his details. Okay, the user is nothing but the student. The student is going to enter his or her details, and when he or she submits the first form, then second form has to load, and in the second form, so whatever the information the student has entered is to be displayed in the second form. And here in this application I will demonstrate how I am using the option buttons, input boxes and text boxes. So let us begin the application. First we have to design the application here, the user interface. So I will take the label here to provide the title for the application. Okay, then I will use the frame here which acts as the container. Within this frame I am going to insert the other controls. Fine. Now within this frame, I have to insert the other controls. First, as I told, the application is going to read the student details. So first I will insert one of the label here to instruct the user to enter the name. Okay, then I will use another label to instruct the user or the student to enter the college name. Then in the same manner, I will use another label here to instruct the user to select gender. Okay, for this gender here I am going to use the option buttons here, because option buttons are nothing but among n number of options only one option can be selected. Okay, so next one I will use the next label to select the course. So in which course the student is studying, whether the student is studying BCA, BSc Computer Science, BCom, MCom or whatever the course. Then I will take another label here to instruct the user to enter address. Okay. Now in front of these labels I will insert the text boxes. So for the first label is used to read the student name. So here I will insert the text box to read the student name. Then second label is for entering the college name. So I will use the text box here to read the college name. Then this next label is used for selecting the gender. But for gender, I am not going to include or insert the text box wherein I am using the option buttons here. So click on this option button and just drag and set it here, the first option button. Okay, this option is for selecting male. Then click on this option button again, then drag and set it. This is for selecting the second option, female. Then next label is used for selecting the course, what course the student is studying. So here for course, I am using the combo box control to select the course, because in the combo box among n number of list of items, only one list of item can be selected. So among n number of courses, only one course can be selected from the combo box. Hence I am using here the combo box control. Then for the next, this label is used for instructing the user to enter the address. So here I will use the text box I will just increase the height of this text box because the address might be in a multiple lines. So for this text box, I have to set one of the very important property of the text box called multi-line property, and I have to set it to true. Okay. Now the design part is complete. Now we have to see, we have to still include the command button here to submit the form, right? So I will include the first command button here to submit the form. I will include another command button here just to clear this content of the text boxes. Then the third command button to exit the application or to terminate the application. Fine. Now the design part is complete. We have to change the properties now. So first select the form. I will change the form property and I will give the form name as FRM1, form 1, FRM1. And I will give the caption of the form as demonstration of option button, option buttons, message box and input box. You can give any of the caption, any valid caption or appropriate caption. Fine. Then I will select the next control, that is label. For this label, I will change the name of the label as LBL title, as it is going to display the title. Then caption, I will change the caption as usage or demonstration usage of option button, message box and input box. And I will change one more property of this label, that is alignment property, and set it to center. And also I will change the font property of this label and increase the font size. Let the font size be 14. Okay. See, whatever the properties I am changing, please remember those properties because we have to list them out in the properties table. Okay, now next control, that is frame. For the frame, I will change the property here. Let the name of the frame be frame1 itself. But here the caption property of the frame, I will just change and set it to blank. Where the caption property will appear, where the caption will appear on the frame. Here you can observe here the caption will appear at the top left corner of the frame here. Okay, so I will just erase and set it to blank. I don't want any caption to be appeared on the frame. So I have set it to blank. Then for the label, next label, label 2, I will change the label name as LBL name because this label is used for instructing the user to enter the name. And caption I will change as enter your name colon. Then for the next label, I will change the name as LBL college. Then caption as enter college name colon. Then for the next label, I will change the name as LBL gender. Then caption as select gender colon. I will just decrease the width here. Then next one, next label, I will change the name as LBL course. Then caption as course semicolon. Then next label, LBL address as the name, caption I will set it to address colon. Okay, then for the first text box, I will set the properties. I will set the name as blank, and also I will change the name property of the first text box as txt name. Then for the next text box, I will change the name as txt college, because that is used for reading the college name. So let the name be txt college. Then text property, I will set it to blank. Then for this option button, I will change the name of this first option button as opt mail, because this first one is representing male. The caption I will change as male, gender male, okay, or male. Then see here, next one, second option button, I will change the name as opt female, then caption as female. Then for the combo box, I will change the name of this combo box as combo course. Then how to add the list of items in the combo box? Because we have to add the different courses, right? Like BCA, BCom, BSc, Computer Science, MCom, like different courses. So we have to select one of the very important property of the combo box called list property, so that we can add the list of items here. So list property, click on this drop down here. So go on adding the list of items here. So first one is BSc, CS. Then if you want to add the next item immediately, then control plus enter. Then BCA, control plus enter. BCom, then MSc, CS, then MCom. So you can add like this, you can add a list of courses. So when you are done, then press enter. Okay, and see here, you can observe here the name of this combo box, or see, not the name, the text that is present on the combo box is combo 1. So we can change that text here by changing the property called text property. See here. So I will just set this text as select course, wherein it will appear when you run the application on the, that is combo box select course. So you have to select the course. Then for the next address text box, I will change and set the text property to blank, and I will change the name of this text box as txt address, address. Fine. And see here, the address can be in a multiple lines. Okay, the address might be very long. So see, anyway we have just increased the height of the text box here, but it is not going to accept the multiple lines of text here until we make the multi-line property set it to true. See here, for the text box we have the multi-line property, set it to true, so that the text box will accept multiple lines of input. Okay, now for the next control command button, I will change the name of this command button and set it to cmd submit, and caption as submit. For the second command button, I will change the name cmd clear, and caption as clear. You can provide the shortcut access keys. Okay, for example, if you want to provide for the submit, if you press alt plus s, then submit button has to be operated. Then you can just specify ampersand submit, ampersand submit, so that yes, the letter s will become the shortcut access key. Like that you can also provide the shortcut keys. Then next command button, I will change the name cmd exit, and caption as exit. See, for this label, the text is not properly visible. I will just increase the height of this label. Okay, now it is visible clearly. The design phase is complete now. Now the second phase in development of the application is we have to change the properties. That is also completed. Now we have changed all the properties here. And see, for this form I will change one of the property here for the form property. Okay, that is, I don't want to increase the, see, when I run the application, I don't want to increase the width or height of this form. Okay, so I have to set the property called border style property of the form and set it to fixed single. Now you can observe here, we have this application. You cannot increase or decrease the height of this application. Okay, it is fixed. Fine. Now we have to write the code. See, now observe here how actually your output screen will look. The form one, first form. See here, you can observe here, among these two option buttons, none of the option button is selected when you run the application. Okay, now you can select anyway, that is male, or if you want to select female, then only female will be selected. Among n number of options, only one option will be selected. Okay, but when you run the application here, none of the option buttons are selected initially. So initially I want to select one of the option buttons. Let it be male. Okay, initially. So here click on male option button, then go for the property called value and set it to true. Now run the application and see the difference. See, when you run the application, initially the male option button is selected. Okay, if you want to change that, you can just select other. Fine. Okay. Now we have to write the code here. So on click of this submit button, what should be done? Whatever the values or whatever the inputs the user has entered has to be displayed on the second form. Yes or no? So before writing the code, I will add the another form here for the same project, that is form, and select the form and click on open. Next form is added and currently its name is form1. So I will change the name of this form as FRM2. Earlier form name was FRM1. Now I will change this one as FRM2. Okay. Now see here, for this form, when I run and click on submit button, the form 2 has to be loaded. Okay, the form 2 has to be loaded and whatever the inputs the user has entered here, they must be displayed on the second form. So now see here, when I click on the submit command button, what form should be loaded or should be displayed? Form 2. So what is the name of the second form? frm2.show method. Okay, now see here, when I run the application, when I submit here form 2, that is form 2 is showed here. I have not changed the caption, hence it is displaying the caption of the form as form 1. Okay, now I will just write the code for the form 2. Before writing the code, I will change the properties of the form 2. So for the form 2, I will change the name. I have changed the name to FRM2 and also I will change the caption as student details. And also I will just set the border style property to fixed single and I will just increase the form size this much. Now I will add the controls here. First I will add one of the label here to display the title. Okay, here I will display following are the student details as the caption of the label. Now after that I will insert the frame here for the second form. Okay, to display the whatever we have entered in the first form. Now here on the frame I am going to insert the controls, that is first label to display the name, then After that, after name, that is we have entered the college name. Then after that we have entered what particular value we have entered, that is gender. So here set the gender here. Okay, next after gender we have course. So let the label be course. Then after course we have address. Fine. Then okay, now I will insert another set of labels in front of these labels. Here I will insert the label. Just observe here. Next label. See, these left side labels are only for instructing, that is name equal to or name semicolon, then college name semicolon, then gender, course, address. So in front of these labels, the its respective values has to be fetched from the first form. That is, what is the name? That name has to be displayed in this label. What is the college name? The college name has to be displayed in this label. Okay, next. Okay, fine. Fine. Now I will change the properties here quickly. See, for the label, see before changing properties, I will insert one of the command button here to change the font size. Okay, so to change the font size I will insert the command button here. So when I click on this command button, the input box has to be appeared, the input box control has to appear, and in the input box the user is going to provide the particular font size. So based on the input box value, the font size has to be selected and it has to be displayed. The particular text font size has to be changed, the label font size has to be changed accordingly. Okay, now let us change the properties here. Name of the label as LBL, title. These properties are for the second form. Okay, then caption I will change it to following are the student details, semicolon. Okay, now frame property I will set, let the name of the frame be frame 1. I will change the caption property and set it to blank. Then for this label, let the name of this label be LBL1. Then caption is name colon. Then next Let the label be LBL2 and caption be college. Then next label, name LBL3 and caption gender. Then next label LBL4, caption course. Then name LBL5, caption address. Okay, here we have to write the code here. Okay, see, I'm not going to change these properties of the labels. Okay, let it be as it is. Label 7, label 8, label 9, label 10, label 11. Okay, because this form, second form is going to be loaded when we click on submit button. Okay, so at the runtime, we can change these label captions. I'm not going to change the captions right now. If you want, you can just erase the captions, all these captions, label 7, label 8, label 9, label 10, label 11. If you want, you can just erase the captions. Or if you don't want to take these labels, you can take the text boxes to read the or to print the whatever the values we have read from the first form. You can take the text boxes also, no problem. Okay, let the captions be as it is. I am not going to change. I will change at the runtime in the coding part. Okay, see, now open the first form, and when you run the application and when you click on submit, the second form is displaying like this. Okay, so when the second form displays, here we have changed the properties. Now what particular properties has to be changed when you run the application? See, the second form is loaded, but on loading of the second form, these, that is the caption of this label must be what? The name, whatever the name the user is entered here in this text box, in the form 1 text box. Then what must be the caption of label 8? It must be the text, whatever the text the user has entered in the second text box of the form 1, that is the college name. Likewise, with respect to 9, 10 and 11, 9 is nothing but what particular option the user has selected. 10 is nothing but the caption has to be changed to what particular text from the combo box the user has selected. Then 11 is nothing but the address, what address the user has entered. It has to be replaced here, the caption. Okay, so we'll write the code here. So for what object we have to write the code? We have to write the code for form 2, and for the form 2, for what event we have to write the code? We have to write the code for form 2 load event, because when you run the application, form 1 will be displayed here, and when you type something, okay, all the fields, and when you click on submit, what will happen? The form 2 will load, means load event of form 2 will be carried out. See, form 2 is loaded here, so we have to write the code for form 2 load event. So double click on form 2 and double click somewhere on the form here. Now see here, private sub form load. This is with respect to form 2, FRM2, the load event, form load event of form 2. Now, when the form load event occurs, what has to be changed? These label caption are to be changed. That is label 7 caption, label 8 caption, label 9 caption, label 10 caption, as well as label 11 caption. So these caption are to be changed, and with respect to these, the whatever the user has entered the input here in the first form has to be displayed. Now observe here, what is the name of this label? Label 7. Name of this label? Label 8. Likewise label 9, 10, 11. Fine. So now observe here, label 7 dot caption. See, we are writing the code for which form? Second form. We are writing the code in the second form. So label 7 dot caption is nothing but what? In the second form we have the label 7, and we are trying to change the caption property of this label 7. What must be the caption property of this label 7 when the form load event occurs? That is, whatever the text we have entered in the first form, in the first text box, has to be the caption of the this label 7. So how to fetch the value from the first form? Always remember that we have to mention the form name here, that is form name dot property name dot value. See, that is what is the name of the form, the first form, that is frm1. Here you can observe. So frm1 dot, so what property or what control we have to select from form 1? We have to select, that is first text box. So what is the name of this text box? Txt name. So frm1 dot txt name, yes, dot. So from this txt name control, what property I have to fetch? That is text property I have to fetch. Text. See, now you can observe here frm1.txt name.text. It is nothing but from the form 1, the text name, in the sense from this control txt name, that is the text box name. From this control, what particular property is selecting? Text property. So text property of this text box is assigning for what? For the label 7 caption. So label 7 caption is overlapping, or this value, that is from form 1 text property of this text box is assigning it to label 7 dot caption. Now run the application and observe the output. See, I will just enter the name as Dharwad. Okay, and when you click on submit, the second form will load, and whenever the second form is loaded, its form load event code is going to be executed. So we have written this code, that is a single line code, that is from the first form, the text box, that is from the form, from this text box, its text is copying to what? Label 7 dot caption. See, now the caption here, it is changed. Yes or no? Label 7 caption is changed to Dharwad because the name we have entered in the first text box is Dharwad. Yes, like this we have to change, we have to fetch the values from the first form and we have to assign it to the second form. So run the application, just write down the code in the same manner. Then for the next label, we have to change the next label, right? That is label 8 dot caption. Label 8 dot caption. What must be the caption here? See, in the label 8 we have to fetch the college name, that is from the second text box from form 1. So frm1 dot, what is the name of the second text box? Txt college dot what property? Text property. Now run the application. You can see here, first, that is name I will give as Karthik, and college name JSS and when you run, or if you want address, you can give the address and submit. See, name it has changed to Karthik and college JSSMI. See, address it is not displaying because we have not yet written the code for that. Okay, we'll write the code for the next. Next, it has to fetch what? The option here. Okay, see here, we have two option buttons here. So from which particular option button the caption has to be fetched? That is the query here. Okay, that is a problem here. So when you run the application, if you select male, then this particular caption, that is male caption of the first option, has to be selected. If you select female, then this caption female has to be selected and it has to be displayed in the second form, right? So we have to check the condition that which particular option button value is true. Okay, then based on the value that we are going to fetch. Now observe here, if frm1 dot opt mail dot value, opt mail is nothing but the first option button, that is name value, if it is equal to true. Okay, it means that if the first option button, mail option button, is selected, then what must be done? The label caption, that is a label line caption. Here in the second form we have the label line, right? That is label line caption has to be changed. See, then label line dot caption equal to what? frm1 dot opt mail dot what property? Caption property. Okay. Else in the sense, if this condition fails, frm dot opt mail dot value is not equal to true, then else what has to be done? Label line dot caption equal to frm1 dot opt. Yes, whether we have to now select male or female, because we have to select female, because anyway we have checked the condition here. If male is selected, if male is true, then OPT male caption, that is male will be selected. This caption will be selected. Otherwise, else part, female has to be selected. Female is nothing but female caption is present within what particular option button? OPT female option button. So frm1 dot OPT female dot caption. Then end if. Okay, then now you can observe here, run the application. If you just give JSS or Anand as the first name, then JSS as the college name, and if you select female here and click submit, now see the gender, it is displaying as female. Fine. If you select male and click submit, the gender, it is displaying as male. It is working fine. Now we have to write the code for the other label, next label, that is label 10, to just fetch the course. So here I have to write label. See how to fetch the label 10 or the course value. There also we have to select, or we have to check the condition. Yes. Now see here, no need to check the condition. I will just do one thing. See label 10 dot caption equal to, so in the form 1, frm1 dot combo box name is combo course dot what particular property we have to select? We have to select text property, because in the text we are going to fetch the, that is text of the combo box, not the list property. List in the sense a list of all the items. Text in the sense a particular list of item among n number of list of items, which one is selected, that is nothing but the text property. So frm1 dot combo course dot text. Now run the application and see. If you select male, let it be male, then course BSc and click on submit. See here, the course is selected as BSc. Fine. Then we have to fetch for address. Then enter label 11 dot, whether we have included, yes, label 11. The name is label 11. Okay. Label 11 dot caption equal to what particular property has to be selected from form 1, frm1 dot, the text box name is txt address txt address address. I have given the spelling, okay, let it be as it is, txt address dot text. Now run the application. Then mail, then course I will select MSc, and address Vidyagiri Dharwad. Okay, submit. See here, Anand, JSSMI, Mail, MSCCS, Vidyagiri, Dharwad. Yes, it is working fine. Now we have to implement, that is, in the problem statement they have given what usage of option buttons is done. We have used the option button for male and female selecting. Okay, then input boxes we have not yet done, then message box we have not yet done. Now what I will do, when you run the application, if you submit it blank, see, enter your name, college name, or all the fields, if you submit it blank, now it is submitting, but here it has to give me the error because we have to enter all the fields. Okay, then only this particular application has to be submitted. So I will implement the message box function for this purpose here. That is, I will write the code here to check the condition. So here for the form, that is for the form 1, for submit button I will check the condition here. Before form 2 dot show I will check the condition, that is if, just observe the condition here, if, what is the name of the first text box here, txt name, the second text box is txt college. Likewise all these that is fields must not be blank. Okay, so if txt name dot text equal to blank, blank in the sense open and close double quote, or txt second text box is txt college dot text equal to open close double quote blank. See, or condition is nothing but it is the logical or operation. So if any one of the condition, okay, we know that what is the difference between logical and logical or. Logical or in the sense it is going to check each and every condition here. Okay, if any one of the condition is not satisfied, then it will give an error. Okay, and in the sense logical and in the sense all the conditions has to be specified. Okay, there is a difference between logical and logical or. Next we have to check the another condition, or. See here, now see, we have to select what, the course. Okay, already we have mentioned for the select gender, already we have enabled one of the, that is property called value property of male. We have set it to true, means when you run the application by default, see, sorry, when you run the application by default male will be selected, so no need to check this condition, anyway male will be selected by default. Okay, we have to check the condition for course for this combo box. So how to check the condition, see here, or what is the name of the combo box, combo course dot, what property, text property, if combo course dot text equal to, see, if this text equal to select course, see, you have to give the correct spelling. Okay, select course, it means that if the text of this combo box is this, that is select course, then it has to give the error. Okay, it means that if the text is this one, then it means that we have not selected any of the list from the combo box, any of the list of item from the combo box. Next, we have to check one more condition, that is for the address for this text box, that is txt address dot, just dot text equal to blank. See, then now see here, if first text box, that is txt name dot text equal to blank, or second text box college dot text equal to blank, or if the combo box is equal to, combo box text is equal to select course, it means that if you have not selected any of the list of item from the combo box, then if the last text box, that is address text box, if it is blank, then what it has to do, it has to display the error message, that is msg box, in the message box fill out all the fields, fill out all the fields, exclamatory mark, double quote complete. Then I will give the icon as vb information icon, and also I will change the title of the message box as incomplete. Okay, you can give any appropriate title for the message box. Okay, then else. Else in the sense, if you have provided all the inputs correctly without leaving any blanks, okay, then else part will be executed. In the else part, what it has to do, it has to display the second form 2 dot show. Fine. Okay, now end if. Every if must end with the end if statement. Now run the application. See here, if I just try to submit it now, see it is giving me the error, that is fill out all the fields with this icon and the title incomplete. Fine. So we have implemented the message box here in this demonstration application or journal program. We have implemented option buttons and message box now. Now see here, if I just fill out this name as Vijay, and if I try to submit, see again it is giving me an error because we have not filled out all the fields. If I give the college name as JSS SMI, then if I try to submit here, again fill out all the fields because we have checked how many conditions: first text box, second text box, then this combo box, and next text box. So if I write here the address Dharwad and submit, see again fill out all the fields because we have not selected this one, course. So we have to select the course also, then you can submit. See, it has successfully submitted, the application is successfully submitted here. So form 2 dot show method is executed, the else part. Now it is working fine. We have demonstrated this application by using option buttons as well as message box, and also we have used what, the combo box also. Okay, now we have to implement one more, that is control, that is input box. So here I am using this command button. I will change this caption of this command button. When I click this command button in the second form, it has to display the input box wherein it has to accept the input as the size of the text, means a numeric value. Just observe here. So go for the form 2 and select this command button. I will change the name of this command button as CMD font size. Okay, and caption I will change as change font size. Okay, and I will write the code for this one. I want to change the font size when I click on this command button. So this is in the second form. When I click on this command button, it has to display me what, the input box, because I want to demonstrate the input box here. So I will declare the variable dim f size, that is font size, f size as integer, then f size is equal to input box, then open, give the prompt, whatever the prompt you want to write, enter the font size. Okay, then if you want to give any other argument like a title for the input box, you can change the title as well. Then if you want to set it to a particular position, you can provide x and y position. Like, yes, if you want to set the default text, you can set the default text, as we have discussed the syntax of input box. Only I will change the title of the input box and let the title be changing font size. Okay, close. Now see, so input box value is now read in the variable called f size. So now I have to change the font size. So what particular font size I want to change? I want to change the font size of these labels. Okay, see, you can change the font size of these labels. So first label, or better, will change only one font size. Okay, only one property or only one value font size, that is name only will change. Okay, will change only the name font size. So what is the name, where the name is representing, in which particular control, that is label 7. So label 7 dot font size equal to, yes, f size, because in the f size variable we have read the font size. Now run the application. See, I will give the inputs around JSS, then mail, course bcom, then address publi, then submit. See, it has submitted. When I click on this command button, change font size. See, the input box is appeared here. The title of the input box is changing font size. The prompt is enter the font size. Then I will enter the font size here, that is 12, and click on OK. Now you can observe here the name, only the name we have changed. Okay, the font size of only this label, name label, we have changed. If you want to change the other, then you can just write down in the same manner, that is label 8 dot caption, that is font size, label 9 dot font size likewise. But as we have to demonstrate how to use the input box, just for only one field I am changing the font size. Okay, now see here, when I click on the clear command button, the contents of these text boxes has to be cleared. Okay, so I will write the code for this one. First form, click on, double click on the command button, second command button, clear command button. So txt name dot text equal to blank, open close double quote, then txt college dot text equal to blank, then txt address dot text equal to blank. Okay, see, when I run the application, if I write something here and if I click on clear, see, all the text box contents are clearing here. See, but the focus is not for the first text box. I want to set the focus for the first text box. So you can set the using the set focus method, that is txt name dot set focus. Now observe here, when I clear here, all the text box contents are cleared and the focus is for first text box. Now we have to implement, write the code for exit. So exit command button has to terminate the application. So double click on the exit command button, write the code here, end. When you run the application, see, exit, when you click exit command button, it will terminate, the application will terminate. Fine. When you run the application, see, this is how actually it looks. So this completes your journal program. I will once again run the application. See here, just observe here. I will minimize the background application here. So this is how your application will look. So we have to provide the details here, enter the details. If you try to submit the form, it will give an error without entering the details. So I will give the name here, Chirag, then college name, JSS, SMI, then select the gender as male, then BCA course, address Gandhinagar, then if you leave any value or any field here, it will give an error. Okay, so Gandhinagar, submit. The form is successfully submitted. See here, first form is as it is present, the second form is loaded. If you want to hide the first form when the second form loads, then you can write the method called form1.hide for the submit. Okay, in the submit command button, you can write form2.show, in that below code form1.hide in the else case. Okay, so that the form1 will be hidden. Now the second form is appeared here. So name is Chirag, college JSSMI, gender male, course BCA, address Gandhinagar. So if you want to change the font of this name. Then click on this command button, change font size. The input box will appear. You have to provide the appropriate, the correct font size. The input value must be integer value. Okay. See if I give 14, then click on OK. Now see here, the cap that is name has changed to size 14. It is not properly visible because you have to increase the size, that is height here. Or what you can do, I will just exit here. You can set one more property for this label, that is for the second form. Select this label, that is label 7, and see here we have the property called auto size. Okay, let let it be true. Auto size property, let it be true. Okay, so based on the size that is present on this label, it is going to automatically adjust the size of the label. Now run the application. See, I will try to change the that is font here 14. Click on OK. See, it has automatically adjusted the size. If you click on and select 16, then click on OK. See, 16 automatically the size of this label is adjusting. Okay, so enable that property also. Fine. So this completes your journal program. I will display the code one more time here. This code is for the form 1. This code is for form 1. You can take the screenshots. No need to add this form load event for the form 1. Okay, this is the code for form 1. Take the screenshot. Then for the form 2, here is the code for form 2. Okay, this is the code for form 2. Fine. So in the journal, you have to draw all these diagrams compulsorily. The first two diagrams, two forms with the default values, form 1 and form 2, before changing the properties. Only after designing the two forms, after inserting the controls, but before changing the properties, you have to draw two forms. Then after that, you have to, that is write down the properties table. Okay, in a single properties table, in a single table, you have to write down the properties of both the forms. Okay, then after that, you have to write the code, form 1 code as well as form 2 code. Mention the in the title, mention that form 1 code, form 2 code. Then after writing the code, you have to write down the outputs. So how to write down the output? See, this should be your first output diagram. In within a single page or in 2 pages, you have to finish the output diagrams. Okay, better to draw it in a single page. So this should be the first output diagram. Okay, see, just draw this after filling out all the fields. For example, Arun, then JSS SMI, then mail, then select the course. Okay, then see, first output instance must be this one. That is, when you leave any empty spaces here, for example, I have left blank for address, or if you give blanks for name or college name, this should be your first diagram here. That is displaying the message box, the error message. This should be your first output instance. Draw this one, including this window as well as this message box window. Okay, this should be the first one. Then second one is after adding. Vidyagiri Dharwad, then submit. Now see here, this should be your second diagram. Draw both of them. Okay, this should be your second diagram, second instance output. And third instance is this one. When you click on this, this should be your third instance, that is input box. This should be your third instance. You have to mention the text here, input box. This should be your third instance. And see, write down. This changed output. That is, we have changed the text size to 16. Only this one, draw this one. That is fourth diagram, fourth output diagram. Only this one. No need to draw this one. Only draw this second form after changing the text size, font size. Okay, these four must be the output diagrams. Fine. So this completes the journal program. Thank you.